तव कथामृतम् तप्तजीवनम् कविभिरीडितम् कल्मषापहम् श्रवणमङ्गलम् श्रीमदाततम् भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः।
ॐ तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जना. We are studying the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna and we are in the conversations of 22nd September 1883, and we find that almost every day we get the description of spiritual life from bottom to top and top to bottom. And harmony is the chief center around which Thakur talks. So we had a lot of talk about harmony on this 22nd September, about Hari and Hara and all that. And now the topic of Maya is coming. So we pick up a little before and see Sri Ramakrishna, ek boi dui ki chunai. Master, yes, there is only one without a second. There is only one without a second. The Vedas speak this harmony talk. The Vedas speak of it as Om Satchidananda Brahma. The Puranas as Om Satchidananda Krishna. And the Tantra as Om Satchidananda Shiva. This we have seen yesterday. Then Thakur continues. The Chit Shakti as Mahamaya has deluded all with ignorance. Chit Shakti. Brahma is Chaitanya, Satchit Ananda, especially the Chaitanya. And that Chaitanya itself is power. Chaitanya has power or Chaitanya is power because the power is identical with Chaitanya. Why Chaitanya is taken out and not Satchidananda whole? Because in the Upanishads we get the description that he saw, I am one, I should become many. So he saw means his consciousness is pointed out. So that consciousness appears in all these apparently material forms, jada forms. And so that power of appearance is called Chit Shakti. And then Thakur says Chit Shakti as Mahamaya. Chit Shakti has several aspects, out of which he has taken up Chit Shakti as Mahamaya. Now, what is Mahamaya? The cosmic power. Because this power of Brahman to appear through names and forms is not limited to any particular individual. It is the cosmic phenomena. So it is called Maha. And Maya means that does not really exist, but it shows many appearances. So it is called Mahamaya. Now, Chit Shakti as Mahamaya has deluded all with ignorance. This ignorance again is not absence of the true knowledge, it is the distorted wrong knowledge. That is called ignorance, technically. And this wrong knowledge has deluded all. We take that wrong knowledge to be right. That is the delusion. Because it is knowledge, but it is wrong knowledge. And the knowledge has the power to make us think as it makes us think. And that is ignorance. That is wrong knowledge. So, this is the statement that Mahamaya, Chit Shakti as Mahamaya, that God's own power, as the great deluding power, you can call Mahamaya as the great deluding power, has deluded all beings, all with ignorance, with wrong knowledge. It is said in the Adhyatma Ramayana, we talked about it yesterday, that when the rishis saw Rama, they prayed to him in these words only. They do not have any other prayer. One prayer only they have done. Jato Rishira, all the rishis. After having darshan of Rama, all the rishis, they prayed to him in these words only, O Rama, please do not delude us with your world bewitching Maya. So Maya is world bewitching. That is what Thakur showed through Adhyatma Ramayana, the rishis of the Adhyatma Ramayana, and they know that God has the mastery over this Shakti. So if God desires, I will not delude him, then we will not be deluded. So they are praying to God, only one prayer. Do not delude us with Bhuvana Mohini Maya. We don't want to be deluded. We want to have right knowledge always, because they are rishis. So that is their prayer. Ishan, what is this Maya? So he wants to know the inner nature of this Maya. Master, whatever you see, think, or hear is Maya. In a word, woman and gold is the covering of Maya. So, two statements he is making. Whatever you see, feel, touch, imagine, smell is the play of Maya. You are experiencing something which does not exist. We are being deluded by Maya, he has said. So what is Maya? Everything is Maya. Everything is the effect of Maya. So everything is Maya. And then in one word, that means everything is Maya is the truth statement. But in one word means in the practical life, how to recognize Maya? Woman and God is Maya. The Maya produces, you may say, the Maya causes desires in man. Because Maya is, Brahman is made to appear as subject dealing with objects. As soon as subject is dealing with objects, there are attractions, desires. And that is Maya. And what is that desire? Mainly only the desire for enjoyment and desire for the means of enjoyment. We have discussed this several times. So this is Kamini Kanchan Maya. So one word. That means to show Maya in life directly. That is the meaning of this one word. Theoretically, you may say this is Maya, that is Maya, but in concrete life, Maya being the deluding power, it produces desires. It causes desires in man because subject living in objects, there are desires. And desires can be categorized only in two classes. The desire for enjoyment, and all desires for enjoyment in the end they end into desire for sexual union. That is the kamini. For women, men. For men, women. That kamini represents, because he is talking with men, that desire for enjoyment. And then means of enjoyment. So people get so much attached, so much attracted to money that what for they do not know, but they are accumulating money. So that is another form of Maya, another type of desire created by that Maya. There is no harm in chewing bitter leaf, eating fish, smoking, or rubbing the body with oil. People wrongly think that this is great renunciation, the enjoyment so-called of ordinary objects. What will one achieve by renouncing with only these things only? The one thing needful is the renunciation of woman and gold. So fundamentally, you have to give up your desire, which are caused by Maya. So the desire for enjoyment and desire for means of enjoyment are to be renounced, not small examples of so-called enjoyment. That renunciation is the real and supreme renunciation. Real and supreme renunciation. If we can renounce desire for enjoyment and desire for means of enjoyment, what remains? So that is the supreme renunciation. Householders should go into solitude now and then to practice spiritual discipline in order to cultivate devotion to God. So now he categorizes householders, monks, sannyasis. So householders cannot externally renounce everything of woman and gold, but they have to renounce. And so they can renounce mentally. So that means in the mind, there should not be any attachment to me and mine in the mind. So that they must practice, because unless they go beyond Maya, unless they renounce Maya, how they are going to get God? Householders should go into solitude now and then, because they are all the time surrounded by worldly objects. They get attached and they get limited, contracted, and they can never realize God. So now and then they must go into solitude and think of God. Solitude now and then to practice spiritual discipline in order to cultivate devotion to God. So the first objective is cultivate devotion to God. And to get that, you should get time and energy and the mental strength. So for that you must go to solitude and practice spiritual discipline, something by which you can get attached to God. Japa, dhyan, work, all these to get relationship with God, you should work in order to cultivate devotion to God. They should renounce mentally. So during all this, what is they have to give up? My brother, my sister, my father, my mother, my wife, my children, and money. This mentally they have to renounce. They should not think like that. But the sannyasi should renounce both mentally and physically. So he is talking to householders, but some future sannyasis also are present, and this should not be. For grihasthas, they cannot do so, so they are asked, you can do like this. But sannyasis can renounce externally also, so they should not fall in this drag that, oh, let me renounce mentally. No, they must renounce fully, both mentally and physically. I once said to Keshav, how can a typhoid patient be cured if he remains in a room where a pitcher of water and a jar of pickles are kept? Now and then one should live in solitude. So we have this disease called the world. And in the world disease, we want to drink water, we want to enjoy pickles. So he has told that the desire for water and desire for taste. These are the main desires. And if the objects of enjoyment are present always around him, how can he get cured? That is the main topic here. So he must go to solitude now and then, where he can think of God. I once said to Keshav, how can a typhoid patient be cured if he remains in a room where a pitcher of water and a jar of pickles are kept? Now and then one should live in solitude. So if always he is surrounded by objects of enjoyment and is a typhoid patient. Typhoid in those days was taken as a terrible disease because it used to create delirium. So he is a patient of typhoid. And there is water and there is pickles. Then he will feel tempted by them. So that should not be done. These main two ingredients. So this is the topic ended. We had read this yesterday, but today again we connected it. Now, a devotee is asking, Sir, what do you think of the Navavidhan? It seems to me like a hodgepodge of everything. What is Navavidhan? Brahma Samaj started by Raja Ram Mohan Roy. The main idea was Vedic religion, but they mistook as Vedas do not prescribe images or forms of God, so only Nirakar should be worshipped. They thought their Nirakar worship automatically leads to Nirakar Nirgun Brahman. Now, Keshav, Devendranath Tagore was the next leader, and then the leadership went to Keshav. Now, Keshav became more and more influenced by Sri Ramakrishna. And so, he thought that Vidhan means like Testament, New Testament like Navavidhan. That means a new set of orders from God. That is called Navavidhan. And his new setup was nothing but that which was represented by Sri Ramakrishna. So, new forms of religion. And his religion also contained social reforms and so many things. But all that he thought is the new rules for being spiritual, and that is Navavidhan. Used to come to Thakur and say Vidhan ki jai. So he thought that what is embodied in Sri Ramakrishna is the Navavidhan. So he is asking, he is telling that I feel it is a hodgepodge because clearly defined ideas are not there. That is what he wants to say. And also, social reform is mixed with the spirituality. So in this way, the questioner has asked for the inner analysis of Brahma Samaj. And side by side is expressed how much he has thought. For him, it is hodgepodge. But let Thakur clarify everything. Where is the mistake, if any, and why the mistake, if any? So that he leaves to Thakur, asks of him. Master, some say it is a modern thing. What is a modern thing? Nirakar Brahman. That sets me wondering. So when people tell like that, Thakur starts wondering, then, then is the God of the Brahma Samaj a new God? If it is a new thing, then God is new. The Brahmas speak of their cult as the Navavidhan, as a new dispensation. Well, it may be so. Who knows? There are 6 systems of philosophy, so perhaps it is like one of these. Like one of these system of philosophy. Intellectual pursuit of truth can be as philosophy. So 6 orthodox darshanas we have, something like the might built a system. But do you know where those who speak of the formless God make their mistake? So his mistake is pointing out that only formless is good, form with forms is wrong statement because that limits God. It is where they say that God is formless only and that those who differ with them are wrong. So people have different minds and they may differ from you. That does not make them wrong. That is their mistake. But I know Thakur knows, Thakur experiences, Thakur knows, not that he has thought of, but I know that God is both with and without form. This God without form has 2 different levels. On the lower level, it is nothing but unspecified form. And in the higher sense, God without form means where all forms vanish. But they think that their God they believe or worship is that God, which is not so. Being Nirakar without form does not automatically make God as the supreme one without a second reality. And he may have many more aspects without form, with form, and that is what we are telling, but it will have many more aspects. It will have the transcendental reality as itself. It is possible for him to be everything if he is all knower, all existence, all power, then he can be anything with form or without form. To Ishan, the Chit Shakti Mahamaya has become the 24 cosmic principles. This statement, 24 cosmic principles, is what the Sankhya deal with, and Tantra also accepts it, but it tells us that the Maya is God's power, Maya is identical with God, God is both transcendent and immanent. So whatever we see as immanent, God is transcendent over them, and so Mahamaya has become the 24 cosmic principle, Chit Shakti, the Mahamaya, the great deluding power, herself has become everything from which the world is made. That is meaning of this 24 tattvas. One day as I was meditating, my mind wandered away to Rishike's house. A new character is being introduced. Who is Rishike? Rasik Mehta. Rasik the sweeper. He is a scavenger. I said to my mind, stay there, you rogue. The Divine Mother revealed to me that the men and women to this house were mere masks. Inside there was the same divine power, Kundalini, that rises up through the six spiritual centers of the body. About this Kundalini we have discussed. The power resides in the lowest spheres but is attracted by the Shiva in the Sahasrara and it goes there. So all people, whether they are this caste or that caste, Rasik Mehta, scavenger, was an asprusha, untouchable. But within his house also, whatever is there is God only in those forms. And so we should be, the lesson now here is we should be able to think, feel, see everything as a form of God. For that, Thakur has introduced this that Rasik Mehta's house may be thought of as the ultimate dirty bad things. But the mind saw that it is God who has become all that. So where is the dirt? Is the primary energy man or woman? That is the next question. One said Kamar. So Thakur replies to everything through experience. One said Kamar Pukura saw the worship of Kali in the house of the Lahas, the landlords. They put a sacred thread on the image of the Divine Mother. Mother or women are naturally not expected to put on the sacred thread. That is for male members. One man asked, why have they put the sacred thread on the mother's person? The master of the house said, brother, I see that you have rightly understood the mother. This is not told in appreciation, huh? But I do not yet know whether the Divine Mother is male or female. So, Mother, Mother, we are calling. But it is the power of the Lord to appear in the world. So, that is feminine or masculine? I do not know. Is the primal energy man or woman? Huh. But I say yet, but I do not know whether the Divine Mother is male or female. I see that you have rightly understood the mother. It is said that Mahamaya swallowed Shiva. This we found in Ganeshwar's words. Where from Thakur got it? By his experience. When the six centers in her were awakened, Shiva came out through her thigh. Then Shiva created the Tantra philosophy. So, in the beginning of Tantra, Shiva taught Parvati like that. So, from where Shiva came? From Mahamaya swallowed Shiva. They say why he swallowed? Because of extreme love. When the six centers in her were awakened, that means it has crossed all those. Shiva came out through her thigh. That means, in Ganeshwar's language, Shakti vomited Shiva. But Shiva has to come out. So here he came out through the thigh. Then Shiva created the Tantra philosophy. So Shiva taught Parvati. Take refuge in the Chit Shakti, the Mahamaya. So this is the operative part. He had asked, what is Maya? Thakur has replied to the best of the language and then says that take refuge in the Chit Shakti, the Mahamaya. It is the power of Lord, not only to delude you, but to take you away of that delusion also. This is the power of God. Thakur calls it Vidya Maya. Ishan, please bestow your grace on me. So Ishan has understood Thakur is God himself. And God only can bless so that our mind is turned away from this deluding Mahamaya. Master, say to God with a guileless heart, O God, reveal thyself to me. So don't think of me as a man, think of me as God. And guileless heart, without any cheating, he reveal himself and weep. That means it should be genuine and full of yearning. Pray to God, God, keep my mind away from woman and gold. So mainly this enjoyment should be transcended and dive deep. Can a man get pearls by floating in swimming on the surface? He must dive deep. So God's visions, mantras, Puracharan, that is all on the plain level. But unless we go very deep, how can we get God? So he should. Weep. Huh? Pray to God, oh God, keep my mind away from woman and gold. So the power of doing this is with God. Man has very limited power because he is addicted to his small self. And dive deep. Can a man get pearls by floating or swimming on the surface? He must dive deep. So the pearls or precious stones lie in the depths of the ocean. So if man goes dive deep, he can get it. So this is an allegory of not remaining on the surface of different philosophies and statements, and that way you will not get God. But be mad with God, and with that help of madness, dive deep. One must get instruction from a guru. So our mind works in Maya, so it is difficult to come out. There should be a person like ours, but not like ours, who is beyond Maya. Such a man exists. He is the Guru, and one must seek his company. One must get instruction from a Guru. Once a man was looking for a stone image of Shiva. Someone said to him, go to a certain river, there you will find a tree. Near it is a whirlpool. Dive into the water there and you will find the image of Shiva. So I say that one must get instruction from a teacher because the man told him, so the other person could get him. Because the man knows, so we have to listen to him. That is the difference between the ordinary seeker and somebody to teach him. Ishan, that is true, sir. Master, it is Sachidananda that comes to us in the form of that Guru. So Guru again is not a separate individual. The Sachidananda, the opposite of deluding power also is with him. And to bestow that, he sends somebody. That is called the Guru. If a man is initiated by human Guru, he will not achieve anything. If he regards his guru as a mere man. I experience, you experience. That cannot be the truth. The guru should be regarded as the direct manifestation of God. Only then can the disciple have faith in the mantra given by the guru. So, guru with the faith that he is God. Once a man has faith, he achieves all. The Shudra Ekalavya learnt archery in the forest before a clay image of Drona. He worshipped the image as the living Drona that by itself enabled him to attain mastery in archery. There is a story from Mahabharata. There was a bhil, that means forest dweller. These days we call it ST, scheduled tribes. So he went to Dronacharya to learn archery. He denied because he is teaching only king's sons. So he had that devotion in Dronacharya. So he made an image of Dronacharya. And in front of that image, as if Shiva is teaching, he used to practice his archery. And he became so perfect in archery that it was almost equal to Arjun. And so, Thakur is telling this, that man is not the thing. He made a clay image. There also God appeared and he taught him. Something we left a para, huh? Oh. One must get instructions from a guru. Once a man was looking for a stone image of Shiva. Someone said to him, go to a certain river, there you will find a tree. Near it is a whirlpool. Dive into the water there and you will find the image of Shiva. So instructions from the guru, huh? There, certain river, there tree, there whirlpool, dive there and you get Shiva. So this is also symbolic. So I say that one must get instruction from a teacher. That is true, sir. Ishan, that is true, sir. So here, dive deep there. Master, it is Satchidananda that comes to us in the form of the Guru. If a man is initiated by human Guru, he will not achieve anything. If he regards his Guru as a mere man, the Guru should be regarded as the direct manifestation of God. Only then can the disciple have faith in the mantra given by the Guru. It comes from God himself. Once a man has faith, he achieves all. The Shudra Ekalavya, here that Ekalavya had come. So, Shudra learned archery with the help of a Guru, though he made only an image of the Guru. So, if one has faith in the Guru, not as man but as God himself, then that faith will carry him forward. Don't mix intimately with Brahmin Pandits. No, this is a negative instruction. Ishan had several Brahmin Pandits around him. Their only concern is to earn money. Priests. I have seen Brahmins priests reciting the Chandi while performing the Swasthena. Swasthena is some ritual which will bring peace or free from disease for a man, and the Brahmin Pandits do it. They want only money. It is hard to tell whether they are reading the sacred book or something else. They blabber in such a way that no mantra is heard clearly. They may not be knowing also. So what they are talking, we do not know. You know what Saint Tulsidas has compared? In Hindi, Dadura Doni Chau Over Sunai, Veda Pade Jana Batu Samudai. Reverse right. In rainy season, frogs are chirping everywhere. It appears as if the Vedic scholars are reciting the Vedas. So that is what they generally do. They want only money. They turn half the pages without reading them. So Thakur has keenly observed this. Little they read, turn the page. A nail life suffices to kill oneself. One needs sword and shield to kill others. That is the purpose of the Shastra. So, why Shastra? To kill oneself, if one entirely devotes to God, he will be cured. But to teach others, one requires pros and cons and what is that man's difficulty and what is the real nature of God. So, that is the simile of becoming a guru. One requires a lot of things to teach people. Every man cannot teach. Two, for oneself, one line from Vedanta is sufficient. A nail life is sufficing. One doesn't really need to study the different scriptures. If one has no discrimination, one doesn't achieve anything through mere scholarship. So, Viveka should be developed. What is real and what is unreal is the purport of the scriptures. That should be developed. Even though one studies all the six systems of philosophy, call on God, crying to Him secretly in solitude, He will give all that you need. So, if you, with a guileless heart, pure heart, and not before others, but in solitude, if you pray to God, what is needed for your spiritual life will rise in yourself. God will give that. You need not go to Shastras everywhere. Sri Ramakrishna had heard that Ishan was building a house on the bank of the Ganga for the practice of spiritual discipline. He asked Ishan eagerly, has the house been built? Let me tell you that the less people know of your spiritual life, the better it will be for you. So, house for seclusion. Devotees endowed with sattva meditate in a secluded corner or in a forest or withdraw into the mind. Sometimes they meditate inside the mosquito net. So you need not be sattvic people. They meditate like that inside the mosquito curtain, in a secluded place, in the mind itself. That means one need not, should not advertise that he is meditating. Now and then, Ishan invited Hazara to his house. Hazara had a craze for outward purity. Sri Ramakrishna often discouraged him in this. Master to Ishan, Let me tell you another thing. So this all centered around Ishan because he was loved by Thakur because he was intent on spiritual practices. Don't be over fastidious about outward purity. Once a sadhu felt very thirsty. A water carrier was carrying water in his skin water bag and offered the water to the holy man. The sadhu asked if the skin was clean. The carrier said, "Revered sir, my skin bag is perfectly clean, but inside your skin are all sorts of filthy things. That is why I can ask you to drink water from my skin. It won't injure you." By your skin, the carrier meant the body, the belly, and so on, so forth. So, man has so many dirty things, man has so many impurities in his body and mind. So, water cleans it. One should not be external purity because it is made of leather. So, whether that is pure or not, that Thakur symbolizes external purity. Have faith in the name of God, then you won't need even to go to holy place. She is harping upon faith as the fundamental of spiritual life. Sri Ramakrishna sang, intoxicated with divine fervor. That was his patent method. Intoxicated with divine fervor is singing. So that will impress very deeply in Ishan's heart. Why should I go to Ganga or Gaya, to Kashi, Kanchi or Prabhas, so long as I can breathe my last with Kali's name upon my lips? Ganga, river of purity; Gaya, where people go to do Shraddha, a pure place; Kashi, the holiest place in the world; Kanchi is Kanchipuram in South India, or Prabhas. Prabhas is where Krishna left his body. Ishan remained silent. So this is slowly entering into Ishan. Only 2 lines are given and dots are given, but that is the purport. Master to Ishan, tell me if you have any more doubts. That is the Guru's function. Ishan, you said everything when you spoke of faith. So that is the point and I will stick to that. Master, God can be realized by true faith alone. And the realization is hastened if you believe everything about God. Then without obstruction you go to God. Otherwise, the cow that picks and chooses its food gives milk only in driblets. But if she eats all kinds of plants, then her milk flows into torrents. So he has given that if you believe in everything about God, then your progress is quick. If you have doubts and doubts and doubts and choosy, then you will get God very late. Your progress will be slow. Once I heard a story. A man heard the command of God that he should see his ideal deity in a ram. He at once believed it. It is God who exists in all beings. So in the ram also he believes. A guru said to his disciple, it is Rama alone who resides in all bodies. The disciple was a man of great faith. One day a dog snatched a piece of bread from him and started to run away. He ran after the dog with a jar of butter in his hand and cried again and again, "Oh Rama, stand still a minute. That bread hasn't been buttered." So much faith. What tremendous faith Krishna Kishore had. So whenever faith comes, Thakur brings up Krishna Kishore. He used to say, by chanting Om Krishna, Om Rama, one gets the result of a million sandhyas. Once he said to me secretly, I don't like the sandhya and other devotions anymore, but don't tell anyone. People will not believe that. Sometimes I do feel that way. So, only faith will give you. You don't require the external paraphernalia. The mother reveals to me that she herself has become everything. One day I was coming from the pine grove towards the Panchavati. A dog followed me. I stood still for a while near the Panchavati. The thought came to my mind that the mother might say something to me through that dog. You were absolutely right when you said that through faith alone one achieves all. So he had got that point and Thakur has appreciated that. Ishan. But we are householders. So that doubt remains. Huh? The Bengali was so sweet. Have you any question? Anyway. Now, question is, mother revealed to him that everything she herself has done. ঠিক আছে হ্যাঁ আমরা কিন্তু গৃহে রয়েছি so that doubt has come to him. Faith gives everything, but can we follow it? Master, what if you are through his grace even the impossible becomes possible? So faith itself is the answer to this question also. Ram Prasad sang, this world is a mere framework of illusion. Another man composed a song by way of reply, this very world is a mansion of mirth. Here I can eat, here drink, and make merry. Janaka's might was unsurpassed. What did he lack of the world or the spirit? Holding to one as well as the other, he drank his milk from a brimming cup. So when the talk of householder comes, the ideal householder is Janaka. And so the talk is turned toward Janaka. Janaka was doing all his practical things in the world as an householder, but he had the knowledge also. One should first realize God through spiritual discipline in solitude and then live in the world. So that is Thakur's solution to the householders. Solitude. Think of God, realize Him, then in the world also you will not be polluted. Only then can one be a King Janaka. Janaka's example people quote without knowing what is his spirit. What can you achieve otherwise? Further, take the case of Shiva. Householder. Shiva is being shown as householder. Thakur himself can be shown as the ideal householder, most ideal householder. He took so much care about the Holy Mother. without the least of conjugal idea. He has everything, Shiva. Kartika, Ganesha, two sons. Lakshmi, Saraswati, they are also believed to be Shiva's daughters. Still, sometimes he dances in a state of divine fervor, chanting the name of Rama, and sometimes he is absorbed in samadhi. So Shiva is shown as the ideal householder. He has everything, but his mind is not attached to them. He has two states. One is in samadhi and one is dancing with the name of Rama. So what can be said? If you are a householder, see to the ideals, see Janaka, see Shiva, see Sri Ramakrishna himself. So here ends that 22nd September. So we shall take up the next tomorrow. It appeared like jumbling, but he has shown every step, higher and lower, how the householders can do. That was the main topic. And faith is the most important thing, that don't doubt. See the ideal examples and go ahead. Om Tava Kathāmritam Tapta Jivanam Viviridhitam Kalmashapaham Shravanamaṅgalam Śrīmadatātam Bhuvi Grunanti Ye Bhurida Jana. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.